Okay, so I just read The Horizon and it was pretty great. It was a short manhwa, and as a short story, I think it worked really well. Though I do have some things that I would change, but I think we should get the positives out of the way first. I think the greatest thing about this comic is its ability to capture the horror of nihilism. Of course, it offsets this theme with the power of love, so we're not working with especially complex stuff here. But its simplicity is also its strength. If it bogged down its chapters with too much exposition, it would really kill the pacing. And though the pacing does drag in the beginning, it really kicks into motion during the girl arc. I also love how the artist frames his characters in certain panels. He has a habit of putting small characters among seas of black emptiness, like the characters are falling into the darkness itself. There are also times where the comic bursts into color, signifying scenes of great emotion, communicating through the medium of comics changing to fit it. I do take issue with the fact that some of his panels are mostly either all black or all white, which makes reading it kind of a pain on the eyes as it flashes from white to black, then white again. And honestly, all that should be your takeaway from this review. I do take issues with its plot, which I will address in a spoiler section right now, so if you take this as a recommendation, now would be a good time to bow out. Alright, let's get into the good stuff. So essentially, the story is split into 5 arcs: the Strange Man arc, the Man in the Suit arc, the Girl arc, the last part of the Boy and the Girl arc, and the rest of the chapters, which don't have a name, but are at the end, so I guess I'll just call them the conclusion arc. The first 2 are kinda bad. The Strange Man is introduced, and he sort of just follows them around until the girl gets attached to him, and then he tries to rape her, but then the boy stabs him, and then they run. So, she has to realize that the world is cruel and stuff, but she already adds to lose a lot of people during the girl arc, and then they get kidnapped at the beginning of the Man in the Suit arc. Another thing I don't get is that war sort of just exists. It's not specified what is happening politically. It's just bad people are shooting each other because they are bad. And this wouldn't be a bad thing if it was just a backdrop, but it's not, because they lean on the idea of morality and killing and such in the Man in the Suit arc, and it kind of goes nowhere. I mean, if the idea is that 1 out of every 2 people you will meet will want to kill another is what the author is trying to communicate, that's kind of dumb. I mean, society exists because we are mutually benefited by cooperating, and while conflict does happen, it's usually between powers that are absent of the general populace. It could have been a zombie apocalypse or a nuclear fallout, and that would have made more sense, but it only is a problem within this arc. Another thing is that there's a scene where the kid has to shoot a guy to learn how to use a gun, and he says that killing the man will alter his path he's on, some Naoki Urasawa monster type stuff. But didn't he stab the Strange Man? Did he not count? I also like how at the end of the arc it's alluded that the meat that they had been eating was human meat taken from one of the terrorist camps. That's a nice piece of horror. Other than that, the other 3 are pretty solid. It would have been nice for the girl arc for it to be at the beginning while, the boy and the girl were talking to each other about their past, and then the flashback comes out. Instead, it's completely removed from the boy. So yeah. But other than that, that's all I have to say. I wouldn't say it's a work of art meant to have you thinking very intensely on it, but it's a nice short tearjerker that could have had better pacing, but it was really strong nonetheless, and I give it a 9 out of 10. Bye-bye.